Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're viewing my channel for the very first time, welcome. A chilling encounter unfolded in Kansas when a babysitter refused to dismiss a young child's nighttime fears, only to discover an actual intruder lurking under the child's bed. Now, this incident occurred on March 24th, late Monday night, when the unnamed woman was tucking in the child. He or she repeatedly insisted, "There's a monster under my bed." Assuming it was just childhood imagination, she reassured the child and turned off the light. But when the child refused to settle down, crying and pointing toward the bed, the babysitter decided to make the effort to look, just to appease the kid. Everyone, it's a good thing that the child could talk. Just imagine if it was a younger child, maybe even a younger toddler or baby who couldn't express themselves verbally. Innately, this child could comprehend that there was evident danger. Now back to the news. She grabbed her phone flashlight, crouched down, then she froze in terror. A grown man was curled up under the bed when the babysitter spotted Martin Villalobos Jr. Things became even worse. He and the babysitter got into a physical altercation. During the struggle, the child was knocked out of her hands. Thankfully, she was still conscious and quick on her feet. So, with all of her strength, the babysitter grabbed the child and bolted from the room. She managed to call 911 around 10:30 p.m. to place a disturbance call. Police arrived minutes later, but he fled the area. Mr. Villalobos Jr. was missing for a day. Finally, he was captured after a foot chase and arrested. So Mr. Villalobos Jr. was living as a fugitive in Barton County, Kansas. I'm not quite sure how or when he entered the house. I don't know if it was through a door or window. Authorities learned, though, that he was a former tenant in that home. There was a previous protection order from abuse issued against him to stay away from the property, stated the sheriff. And this home, those of you who are curious, is located on the 2000 block of Peyton Road, just outside the city of Great Bend. Now listen to this. 10 days earlier from this incident, he posted bond due to his charge of a criminal threat, domestic battery, and violating a protection from abuse order. According to law enforcement, the allegations happened between January and February. You see how soon this man was quick to break the law again. That's why this criminal should have been in jail long term. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. The babysitter later admitted that she almost ignored the child's fears. However, now she says in quotes, "I will never brush off his or her instincts again. Next time the child says that there's a monster, I am checking every corner." End of quotes. So that's all I have for you right now. Thank you for watching. What is your feedback about this news story? It was just mind-blowing and also hair-wrenching, heart-wrenching. The hair stood on my back learning about this story on the news. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a million and stay safe wherever you are.
You have ever had to care for little kids? You've probably spent a lot of time on your knees, cleaning up messes, looking for the toys, or looking for clothes, or looking for food, or just praying. And yes, you have probably done that check under the bed for monsters. My question to you now is, have you ever found one? Did you? Did you ever find a monster lurking under a child's bed, just waiting for you to turn off the light and go away so that it could do some monstrous deed? Because a babysitter in Kansas did. She literally found a monster under the child's bed just the other night. She peeked under the bed just to ease the fears of the little kid that she had just tucked in, and she came face to face with Martin Villalobos Jr. Police say that Martin is 27 years old and that he once lived in that very home. He and the babysitter got into a physical struggle, and the terrified child was actually knocked to the ground in that struggle. Police say then he took off. He escaped, but he was caught the next day after a foot chase. His relationship, if any, to the home's current residents is unclear tonight, but there is a court order for him to stay away from that home. It was already in force, and apparently just days earlier, he had been arrested for violating it both in January and in February. Now, he was able to post bond on those violations, but this time is not going to be so easy because police are now requesting a new batch of charges against him, including aggravated burglary, aggravated battery, aggravated kidnapping, and child endangerment. And at this time, bond for him is set at $500,000. And whether he can post that one or not, I am guessing a whole lot of sleepless nights might be in Mr. Villalobos' future. Can't imagine what it will be like for that child and that babysitter, wondering if there's something under the bed every time they go to bed for the rest of their lives.